Hello and welcome to Card Talk. I am your host Grant, and joining me today is Sam, aka Onidsen.
Hi, everybody.
And today we are taking a break from Sam's channel in order to do some experimental deck building on Card Talk. And that's due to technical difficulties rather than actually taking a break from his channel. So for today, Onidsen is just along for the ride whilst I'm hosting. And today you can see with us play the 7th level.
Sounds good to me. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out Dragon Card's mulligan procedures right now.
Shift M.
Shift M, excellent.
Yeah, and if you hold the tab key on the window, it will bring up all the hotkeys for the game.
Excellent, thank you.
You're welcome. Sam, do you want to tell us what sort of decks we are running?
Well, today we're running some really janky experimental builds that have not really had a chance to be refined at all. I'm running a Bond of Friendship doomed deck with Leadership Frodo, Tactics Eowyn, Grima, and Galadriel.
Okay. And I'm running basically an experimental Narcia deck.
Yeah, basically.
Which has a way of defending with Baragon to lower threat and Gildor for some questing and potentially some card draw. Depending on his resources. And we have to decide who gets the cave torch. Well, I think in good old-fashioned Gildor can carry his cave torch.
I think Gildor ought to carry the cave torch.
Yeah. And so we then really no encounter cards. That's when the encounter cards are revealed.
All right. Shall I do the revealing?
If you so wish.
Okay. Card number 1 is Branching Paths, and card number 2 is a Goblin Scout.
Where's Irma when you need him?
Right? Nope, that's not it. There we are.
If you hold the spacebar over the card, it'll give you all the tokens that can be placed.
Nice.
And you may be able to find that easier than trying to figure out which button's which.
I'm just trying to unlearn a bunch of octagon.
Yeah, I have the same problem. So
Habits.
Shift N to start your game. Oh, wait a minute, we forgot about mulligans. Are you taking a mulligan?
I already have taken a mulligan.
Okay, and I think
I've ended up with a. I'm not sure if this hand is better.
And I think I'm going to keep my hand, mainly because of the fact I don't know if I can get anything better, and I don't want something a whole lot worse.
This is fair. Although you really only have one restricted attachment there.
Okay, so are we ready to... Oh, hang on, let's double check how many... No, actually, I am going to... I forgot this is a 3 hunters deck. I am definitely taking a mulligan. Even though I've got Steward of Gondor in that hand, I'm going to have to take a mulligan because I've got nothing else in that hand. Okay, that works. I've got 2 restricted attachments now.
Instead of 1. Okay, this is... It's wonderful.
Yep, let's go with that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by playing the Tireless Thoroughbred on Narcia.
Okay.
I'll give the Round Shield to Beragond.
Okay.
And that's all I can do for the time being.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
And
I will.
I'll just be right back. You can continue your planning. Just being shouted.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use Galadriel, get some card draw, reduce my threat by 1. Ooh. Keys of Orthanc. That's going to be very interesting. Where am I going to put that? Let's go ahead and spend Grima's lore resource to put Keys of Orthanc on. You know what? I'm thinking that we'll put it on Aelin. And then we're going to use Grima's ability to reduce the cost of the next card I play by 1. I'm going to spend a resource from Frodo's resource pool to play the Herald of Anorian. I'm going to raise my threat by 2 to use the Herald of Anorian's ability and put in a Galadriel's Handmaiden for free. And I will graciously give that threat reduction to Grant when he gets back.
And I am back. So.
Oh, welcome back. You're raising your threat by 3 and then dropping it by 1.
Okay, so 3 and then drop it back down.
Oh, and then I am getting an extra resource from the Keys of Orthanc, and I will play a Defender of Ramas. All right, well, that's been fun.
Okay, so questing.
Questing. Oh, no, these allies do not exhaust to connect to the quest.
Which is shift
and you
Q.
know what? Yep, and I'm gonna, because I have a Defender of Ravis, I'm gonna send Grima too. All right, where are we at? 14 against 5 in staging.
We make
Anything else you need to do, Grant, before we
nothing.
started?
Nothing I need to do. No.
Okay. All right then. We're questing for 14 against 5. Card number 1. Of course. Of course.
Do I want to cancel this, or do I want to leave it to go?
I mean, there's not many worse treacheries in this deck, and the one I can think of can't be canceled.
Okay.
Card number 2. I said card number 2 is a Goblin Swordsman.
So we make 8 progress, which gets us out of 8, and 1 on entering the mines.
Okay. And that brings out the first hall. We're going to travel there and raise our threat by 3.
Or we can get rid of the branching paths.
Ooh, yes, let's get rid of the branching paths. I agree with that very much.
And then engagement, only the swordsman's coming down. So I'll take.
Okay. All yours.
No, see, I can't yet kill him, but you've got nobody ready on your side that could even do damage.
Actually, the Defender of Ramas could. If you defended with Baragon, Nasia's got ranged from her third red.
That's true. Yeah, shadow card dealt like so. Baragon defends. No shadow effect, no damage. Reduce your threat by 1. Then Nasia and the Defender Ramas can kill.
Yep. You know, all in all, that was a very successful turn.
Yep.
I'm going to use Galadriel on myself. Okay. That got me something useful-ish. I'm going to use Grima's ability and spend 2, raising both of our threats by 1 to drop out a Steward of Orthic. Oh, actually, no, I want to use the resource from Frodo. That way, I can do that. And also, I will drop a second handling out. You know what? I'm going to pull on my questing allies now to the second row here. Grant, you're dropping your threat by 1 again.
Oh, thank you.
Figures the least I can do for raising it all the way. Excellent. What have you done?
Well, I've played out a Blade of Gondolin, a Rohan Warhorse, a Secret Vigil. I'm going to spend 1 from Gildo to draw a card.
Excellent. Maybe keep Gildor up, just for Bowhammer purposes.
Maybe. Now I'm just 1 restricted attachment shy of flipping thanks to Dave.
Oh, that's nice. All right. So we have 4 in staging. I will quest for about that much. I'll quest with Grima, I'll quest with Frodo again.
Do you think I need to send Gildo, or should I just keep him up?
We're at 15 verse 4. I think keeping him up is the smart play. That way you can get
Card draw.
you can get Bowhammer off, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, 15 against 4, card number 1. Ah, yes. And card number 2. Well, oh, is it? I forgot about this one, Grant.
Yep, that is all your allies. Well, 2 of your allies dead, and Frodo dead. I say we alternate universe that.
Nobody saw this. So card number 1 is Fouled Well.
Yep.
Choose a random card from my hand, and I'm discarding Horns.
And I'm discarding
There are 3 horns.
And I'm discarding Mighty Prowess.
You know what? I'm grateful that it could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's a Goblin Follower coming down. To you, of course. Note to self, apparently damage cancellation is needed. Okay, we have made 8 progress. Which means that we're going to need to look at the top 3. There's another Fouled Well, a Patrol Leader, and a Cave-In. I'm kind of feeling Cave-In. What about you?
Yeah, sure, why
It
not?
just removes a bunch of progress from the quest.
And the other 2 get put to the bottom of the deck. Anyway.
Yes. some shuffle. Bottom of the deck. Is there an automatic? There's not an automatic one.
If you click on the actual card, move to encounter deck,
there it is. I see.
And then
it.
bottom.
Okay. A little bit clunky, but not bad. And a lot of the clunkiness is just me being used to Octagon. All right. Is now the time for the first haul so that we can pull that scout down?
I think so.
We have to raise our threat by 3. I'm not a fan of that, but I do have a Galadrin's Greeting. So this guy will come down to me naturally.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, how are you defending?
I got a Defender Gravis. We're fine.
Aragon will defend mine.
Oof.
And then no damage. But because he was damaged during the course of the attack, I do not get a knife.
That is unfortunate. Well, you don't have enough to kill the Goblin follower, do you?
No, I'm 1 attack shy.
Oof. Well, if you want to do a damage to it with Gildor, you could send Nasi over and kill my scout, and we could both drop our threat.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Well, Nasia can attack and kill your scout anyway.
Oh, that's right. And then she's got the warhorse, so she readies.
Yep, and then I do 4. I do 5, doing 3 damage to this goblin.
Excellent. Excellent. I guess you're first player, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got nothing for planning.
How do you feel about some card draw then?
I wouldn't say no.
It will cost a lot of threat. But okay, seeing some.
Yep. Here's my threat.
Doomed one. Going to search the whole deck for a card with the doomed keyword. There it is. Deep knowledge for another doomed 2. And you know what? You just drew 2 cards for me. I do appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it an extra doomed 1 from the Steward of War thing to draw myself 1 more card.
Thanks.
Did that help you at all?
It helped me. It did help me. So I'm going to drop out my raiment.
Okay. Before you do anything else, I'm going to drop a Galadriel on you.
Oh, thank you. Card. I'm actually going to spend 1 from Gildor to draw another card. I'm then going to play a Lesson in Caution from Alep. So I spend 1, I draw 1, and then I get to reduce my threat by 2.
Oh, and what a one to draw.
And then I think I'm going to spend 1 from Narcia to play out a Raiment of War on a Paragon.
All right. And now you're about to flip your contract. You know, in retrospect, I should have played the Keys of Orthanc and Nausea. But
I'm just debating, is it worth me putting out my spare pipe as of yet? Or do I
I
save
would
up?
not mind it on Frodo.
Okay, I will spend 1,
That extra hit point.
and there you go, Frodo. Have a spare pipe while I look at the top 10 card. 5? 5. 5 cards in my deck for an event. Do I get one? No, I whiff.
Oof, that's unfortunate. I just played out Legolas, though, so...
Okay, so questing.
Okay. Are you first player?
I am.
Okay. Then I will spend Frodo's resource to ready Gildor.
Oh, thank you. So, 16 against 3, card number 1.
Okay, card number 1, everybody. Of course it is. And
Okay.
card number 2.
That's just increasing it by +1.
Uh,
No, +3,
isn't
sorry.
it a dark?
Yeah, it's +3.
But you know what? That's fine.
Card number 2. Me again.
But this time you can probably put it on somebody like Gildor.
Yeah.
And I can just, or even Nausea, and I can just ready Nausea every round.
And that's your attacks and defense, and you can't ready.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Gildor.
Yeah.
Already Gildor with, oh, I can only ready Gildor every other round, I guess.
Yeah.
But still. 13 progress.
We should already have one.
11. Okay. And now the Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Well, I've got cards I potentially want to play. How about you?
Yeah, probably. Let's go to the Faldwell.
Okay, so he gets a shadow. Paragon defense is 2. No damage. Reduce my threat by 1. And then
Legolas will join in to whoever kills it.
well, all of them are killing it, so I can then trigger me 4 hammer.
Excellent.
3 cards. Yeah, so he dies. That places progress on there. Blade.
It does indeed.
And we reveal at the end of combat an card. Was burning low, which does nothing.
That's just fine. I'm going to use Galadriel on myself. Oh, nice. I'm then going to play... should I save up for Galadriel's greeting, or should I play it with Grima right now? It's not worth it to play it with Grima right now. I think that's the right answer to that question. I will just play another Steward War thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. With our threat lines, I really don't want to play Saruman. Yeah, okay. I'm done. You?
I'm gonna drop out a golden belt on Inacia, and that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Not even drawing a card with Gildor?
I'm gonna save up in case. Well, I suppose I could. I've got no other resource, so there's an opening arm.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm first player now, aren't I? Which means I'll have to ready one of my people. I will ready up Greener. Oh, we quested successfully last turn, didn't we? I
Yep.
should have reduced my threat by 1 for Frodo's ability. Okay, so we got 15 against 3.
Do we want me to send Gildor?
I don't think we want to do the extra
Okay.
threat or the extra card. That surges. That's fine. And that's also fine.
Which removes a program.
Okay. So we're
well,
making
I'm actually going to drop out 2 Elrond's councils to reduce my threat by 6.
So 4. And then 5. Clearing the foul well. I think now is probably a really good time to just jump on that bridge.
Yep, I'd agree. And then I'd take down the goblins. Actually, let's have them engage you so I can reduce your threat with Gildor. With Baragon, sorry. No shadow effect, no damage. Reduce your threat by 1.
Wonderful.
And you also reduce your threat by with Frodo for questing successfully.
I do. And then
Legolas and Narcia. Legolas and Narcia tag team.
Excellent. Is it Shift N?
Yep.
There we go.
And you know what? I'm going to spend 1 resource and play out in.
We can't play a card right now.
Yes.
I guess we just run straight into the quest phase.
Yep. Are you targeting Gildor with Frodo again?
Yeah, I will target Gildor with Frodo again. So 20 against 2? Okay. Also okay. This is fine. Card number 2. No, that's wrong. That's it. Oh no, we only made 17 progress.
Whatever shall we do? Well, we could make it a lot more if I just clear out branching paths with the cave tool.
You know, that probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Well, we don't need more progress, though. Let's wait to do that until after the quest phase so we can,
Or you
maybe
mean
if there's like a...
Or after combat.
Sure.
Okay, so we clear out
3 progress there and way more than we need to on the quest.
Yep.
All right, flip it. So we're going to search the entire encounter deck for a patrol leader and
A
what do you
goblin
think, a
enemy.
scout?
Yeah, scout will do. I've got a secret vigil in hand that I can target the scout with.
Oh, nice. Ah, there's one more scout left in the deck. There's 7 pitfalls still in the deck.
Yep.
That is a brutal card, and I
Yep.
don't like it.
Okay.
I'm going to use Galadriel on myself right now to draw a card. Ooh, I like that.
Okay, so
I actually like that a lot. I'm going to play it right now, if you don't mind. Just so we can plan out our shadow cards.
Yep. Well, it's not really plan out because everything's coming down to engage. So.
This is true.
And they've got to go back in the same order.
Well, know what our shadow cards are going to be.
Right, so one of them's getting a discard character from play. That'll be this lowest cost enemy, which would be the... Okay, that would be the patrol leader, which would be mine.
Okay, I actually have something to handle that.
Okay.
And then our next staging is going to be a Burning Low and a Lightless Passage. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
That'll be just fine. Oh,
Travel.
actually, no, that means that we are able to kill the patrol leader.
Well, if we are killing the patrol leader, we don't know. It means we discard Burning Low, so we don't know what we'll be getting.
True, but I'm okay with that to just get rid of the patrol leader.
Yeah, agreed. So we travel to the goblin tunnels?
Oh, actually, so there's one thing we could do. It might be a waste of a Farsighted. My thought, but we could use the cave torch to clear out the branching paths and just reveal that that card right now.
I'm good with just killing the patrol leader first, and then we'll see where we stand.
Okay. My trick here is going to be to use Wizard's Voice. So.
Okay, so.
All right.
These come down like so. Travel to the goblin tunnel, so we just got get it out the staging area.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And then shadow cards dealt like so.
Okay, and I will play the Wizard's Voice. Oh, I lower my threat by 1 for questing successfully with Frodo.
Yep.
And I will choose. Oh, apparently it went to mine. I will choose your patrol leader and my goblin follower.
Okay, and Baragons will defend the scout for you, so you can reduce your threat by 1 more.
Wonderful.
And then
excellent.
Narcia attack.
It depends on how much we want to kill things. If Legolas joins in,
well, we want to keep
kill
this
the patrol leader.
Well, we want the scout left around for secret vigil.
Okay.
Narcia can then attack. Narcia's got 2 attacks.
Okay, if we're willing to take the extra card from Watchful Eyes, Gildor and Narcia together can kill the patrol leader with 1 resource. Narcia will be ready. And then that plus my ready characters will take down my goblin follower.
Okay. Do that.
Okay. We discard the top card of the encounter deck. It is not an enemy. The patrol leader is killed.
And then Narcia, Legolas, and the Defender of
Ramas is a total of 6 attack, and that's a get dead goblin follower. I'll draw a card. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Now I get a legacy of Numenor. I'm going to use Galadriel on myself this turn. Oh, okay. I will play Raiment of War on my Defender of Ramos.
And at the end of last turn, I would have sealed up with my contract.
Oh, yes. We should not forget that you have that. Okay. I have enough to play. I could play Arwen or I could play the Galadriel's Green. We don't really need more defense or more willpower, and we definitely do need some threat reduction. So
Target yourself. I've got a Galadriel's Greeting that I'm playing.
okay, I will do that. Okay.
But before I do that, I'm going to spend one resource and play Open the Armory and look at the top 5 cards of the deck, hopefully for a weapon or armor that I can put into play. And I get a weapon that I can put into place.
Well, hey.
And then I trigger Galadriel's Greeting and it drops down to 34.
Okay.
And then I'll spend one more resource and play out a Mighty Prowess.
Okay. Excellent.
And I have a Test of Will available.
All right. I haven't doomed anybody yet, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, are we ready to quest?
Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready to quest. Okay, I got 17.
Okay.
I'll pay 1 from Frodo to ready Grima. Why? Because he's not an awful backup defender, and that's good for something.
Okay.
Okay, card number 1. We knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Card number 2. Ah, okay. So we make 8 progress. Clearing the goblin tunnels.
I am now going to use Cave Torch to put 3 progress on that branching path.
Okay.
Since we don't have any enemies, should we take the Dreadful Gap just to have it immediately make the active location?
Well, but then we'd have to make 13 progress.
True. Should we go get the other goblin tunnels then? Or do you want the goblin follower?
I'm thinking the goblin follower. We can handle the attack. We can kill the thing.
Okay. Goblin follower it is, and then discard the top card of the encounter deck for an enemy.
Okay. Bottom. Discard the top card. It is not an enemy.
Okay.
We're fine. Travel to the Stairs of Nain. I'm the first player. I can exhaust a character.
Okay.
I can exhaust Grima.
Yeah. You exhaust Grima and then combat.
I'm not sure why Grima has 2 resources, but Okay.
Okay, how are you defending your scout?
Oh, I'm first player. Yes. My defender.
No shadow effect, no damage.
No shadow effect.
And Baragon defends. Add Goblin Swordsman to the stage.
Of course.
And then attacking back. Narcia can attack and kill it.
Oh, the scout?
Yep. And then that leaves Legolas free to attack and help kill my goblin follower.
Got it.
So Narcia kills, and then that puts 1 damage from Mighty Prowess onto there. No, actually, we won't. We'll put that on the Goblin Swordsman up there. And then attack with Gildor and Narcia and Legolas, which kills this goblin follower. Which puts.
If you want to save Gildor and not reveal a card, we can leave them up, because I think Legolas and Nausea together will do it.
6 and 6. Only got 1 defense, hasn't it?
It's got 2 defense, but you have 3 attack with the Dagger of Westerness.
Yeah, so yeah, and that's the 2nd point damage from Mighty Prowess, killing that one.
Which means we immediately
Advance to the next stage.
Okay. Apparently we don't collect resources during the resource phase.
Sounds about right. A good job that we're pretty much set up now, isn't it?
Indeed. How do we feel about Legacy of Numenor?
4th threat. Is there anything you need to play?
I don't know. Do you have anything you want to play?
Not really.
That's fair. Well, then we'll skip the 4th threat, and I'll just play because I can. I'm sorry in advance, Grant. Everybody's favorite is Starry.
Doom 3.
And by everybody's favorite, I mean nobody's favorite, but you know.
And that removes that player.
All right. Excuse me.
Okay, questing.
Time for a big all-in push.
Yep.
We're currently up by 28. Yeah, I think we're fine.
Okay, card number 1.
I think we're fine. Card number 1. It's a branching paths. Card number 2. 2. I said 2. Is Cave-In. Which will search.
No, it won't, because I am going to just cancel it.
Excellent. Excellent.
So
we make 26 progress.
Which is 4 on the stairs of Nain and 22 on a way up.
Well, all right then.
And that was it for our experimental deck builds. Any words for these 2 decks?
Really, I'm kind of happy with how they're playing. I mean, Saruman's just kind of fun, not amazing, just fun. But there's nothing wrong with just fun.
Exactly.
4 heroes means that you're really able to get a kind of an aggressive start. Especially if you get Legacy of Numenor on the opening hand, you can start emptying your hand real quick. Galadriel, of course, is good threat mitigation and draws you so many cards over the course of the game. I've just got a number of good cards in here. What did we not see? There's some more threat reduction, of course, double back, some outruns cancels, a little bit more defensive help because that's something my heroes don't provide. Um, Offensive stuff is really provided by Legless. I think I've got a couple other allies in here for
Saruman.
combat. Well, yes, and I do have a Greenwood Archer. So there's a few cards in here that could be helpful. Oh, and I do have the Soldier of Isengard in here.
Yep, and then couple that with this deck that it's paired with. Baragond offers Sentinel defense across the board on top of Nasia with the Tireless Thoroughbred can attack and defend across the board as just needed. So I think these two decks work well together. I think we've got just enough threat mitigation so it's not too bad. I mean, looking at me deck, what didn't I see? That would have probably helped a great deal. My copy of Double Back and Prepared for Battle didn't show up. Me War Axe for Narcia didn't show up. Me Halberg Mail for Baragond.
Baragond?
Yeah. And it looks like I don't actually have Armored Destroyer in here, which might need to be remedied.
I think I'd agree. We need some shadow mitigation.
Yeah, so I think that will be the course of a change for the next game.
I mean, I wonder if it's worth dropping the Unexpected Courages for it.
I mean, unexpected.
They're going to go on Baragond anyways.
Well, how many Unexpected Courage do I actually have in this deck?
Just
two. One was
then
going
maybe
to be
the Spare Pipes.
Yeah, possibly the Spare Pipes. I might even think about just sideboarding in that Mighty Prowess because it's not exactly needed. It's just nice to have that little bit of chip damage every now and again, especially on the squishier enemies.
Yes.
So, I think Mighty Prowess gets sideboard and add in 2 Armor Destroyer.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. That Spare Pipe is a little bit of draw, and every little bit you can get is helpful.
Well,
How do you feel about Gildor and the Gildor and Frodo swap? For those of you just tuning in at home, an earlier iteration of these decks had Gildor over in my Bond of Friendship deck and Frodo in Grant's deck. That way, Frodo was able to ready Nasia every round, who with these extra restricted attachments became a reasonable quester.
Yeah. I think it works for the fact that I get card draw nearly every round when I need it. With Gildor. Because, I mean, looking at my deck list, I've got a fair few leadership attachments. But in leadership cards, I've got 11 leadership cards, and having to keep my resource on Frodo meant that I wasn't able to use Narcia for questing. At least this way I can use, if I don't have my leadership cards, I can use the card draw with Gildor.
That's fair.
So it's a nice balance, and as you saw, you are readying Gildor nearly every other round with Frodo because you didn't really need his resource.
Yeah, my deck is really light on leadership cards.
Well, you'll have 10 leadership cards, so...
Sorry, light on leadership cost, I should say. I have 2 copies of Legacy of Numenor, 2 copies of Horns, 2 Sneak Attacks, 2 Heralds of Anorian, one Angbor the Fearless, and one Greenwood Archer.
I would probably suggest maybe putting a lesson in caution in your deck.
Yeah, that's not actually a bad idea at all. I'm just not used to playing with the long extended party cards.
Well,
I need to
I've
go look through some of those and see what I can put in.
it was just when I was building this experimental deck for that I came across, and it was like, what is that? And it was like, okay, he's running Doomed. I'm going to need a little bit more threat reduction. It's in leadership. There's not much threat reduction in leadership. Sure, why not? It costs a resource. But it also gives card draw, which is like a bonus.
Yeah, that's a really good card.
It's really powerful. And then if you're in secrecy, you instead of taking a threat reduction, you could say the next card you play this phase gains secrecy 1.
Yeah, that's really quite good.
I mean, it's a secrecy card in itself of secrecy 1. So if you're running hobbits and you're running this, you play this for nothing, you could get then draw a card, and then the next card you play has secrecy, or you get to drop your threat even more by 2.
If you're in secrecy, it's basically a card and a resource for nothing.
Yeah. Or a card and threat reduction for nothing. If you're on like
Yeah, that's pretty good.
if you're sitting on 20 threat, drop your threat by 2, it gives you another 2 turns in secrecy.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yep, but that's all we actually have time for today. So join us next time where we play more games from Lord of the Rings, the card game.
See ya, everybody.